Continuing on through 1 John, let's look at chapter 2, verses 7 and 8. Brethren, I write no new commandment to you, but an old commandment, which you have had from the beginning. The old commandment is the word which you heard from the beginning. Again, a new commandment I write to you, which thing is true in him and in you, because the darkness is passing away and the true light is already shining. Man, that's confusing, right? An old thing, but a new thing, right? In another text, it doesn't say brethren, it says beloved. And actually, in a lot of texts, it says beloved. And I think this actually implies to us that he's Beth Moore's ancestor. And that's where she got it from, beloved. But John, this passage can be a little confusing. This old commandment, this new commandment, what is he talking about? Judging by what comes next, John is most likely referring to what Jesus said in another text that John wrote, John 13, 34 and 35. A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that you also love one another. By this, all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. But this isn't the first time the Israelites had heard this commandment. In Leviticus 19:18, it says, You shall not take vengeance nor bear any grudge against the children of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. So they had heard these words, love your neighbor as yourself. They'd heard them before, but they became new again in Jesus. For Jesus made this statement come alive by his example, by the way he treated people. They were finally able to see a demonstration of what this meant, of what it looked like. Sometimes it's so much easier to see a demonstration, to see something done and understand it. It's so much easier to understand than when we just hear about it, right? And they had finally seen this happen. It became very real to them. It became new. He further expanded on this and explained this concept to them in Luke 10:29, when the lawyer asks him, Who is my neighbor? And Jesus follows in verse 30, telling the story of the Good Samaritan. And if you don't know that story, please look it up. But this story demonstrates that even your enemy is your neighbor. And this is a new concept to them because they originally just thought it meant other Israelites. But he meant everybody. And Jesus further shows this when he is dying on the cross and he prays forgiveness for those who are crucifying him. This old commandment became new in Jesus. And I hope this old commandment, because the new one that they were just hearing and seeing is old to us now. I pray that it becomes new in your heart. I pray that you see the example of the love of Jesus and that you pour it out on others.